Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's Sunday, January 8th, 2017. I hope you guys had a happy new year. This first week's been kind of interesting, to say the least. I only traded a couple of days, so you haven't heard much from me on the trading side. But I have been working on the dashboard, and I think you're going to like some of the new features and enhancements. Well, it's Sunday, so I'm looking at the gap column for the weekly gap. You can see here the yen gapped up just about 5 pips, and it has gone up. It looks like it's going to break out of the daily wick zone here. It already went out once. We'll see what happens. And if you actually, if you go look at the week, it's interesting. The yen's had 3 red weeks in a row here. Well, let's look at some of the new features of the dashboard. Like I said, I think you're going to like it. And I've got a test version here, so I don't step on the real version. So I'm testing it out. Then when I get the tested one debugged, then I load it over to the real one. Because I was working on something and I hadn't backed up the file, and I was kind of making a mess. I go, you know what? I got to stop that. I know better as a programmer. Anyway, so this first part pretty much is all the same. I haven't done anything there. It's been more with the added a few columns and gave you some more features here. Let's see. We've got the threshold max and min colors. I think I may have added that. We've got a crossover color. So there's lots of colors. So you can do it. And there's also a threshold color. We got threshold color and then the max and min. Depending if you're using the internal indicators, you'll be using the min and the max here. Okay. Threshold, min and max here. And then we've got the levels, once again, using this with the internal indicators. Now, when we get down to here, this is what you're used to seeing. So, remember, we do the columns. This is starting here with 1, going this way, just like the bars. That's bar 0, that's bar 1, that's bar 2. So, that's the way we go. Now, and so I'm saying I'm going to put this over here, column 19. And the way the indicator works, you see this is column 10, this is column 19. It looks through, it looks for all the 1s, then looks for all the 2s, and just starts loading them up right to left. Okay. Now, what I've changed here, let's just go to column. Let's just put this in column, let's call it column 18. So it'll go between this one and this one. Right between the price and the gap. Now, I think this may have been in the later versions, but I show you the chart period that you're using on for that column, that indicator, and also the bar. So this is bar 0, so it's the current bar. A little more information in the display. Now, as far as indicator name, you see here I think I'm up to 80 different indicator names in here now. So you have got you can make so many different dashboards. It's not even funny. I think you can probably, combinations are almost infinite. I really think they are. Now I added a breakout day. So you want to know, what is breakout day? Well, some people like to trade the Monday breakout. In other words, you put in a Monday candle. Let's see, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Actually, there was no Monday last week. Okay. So, and right now we're working on this Monday's candle. But let's just say we wanted to do a Wednesday breakout. Okay, so what we would do is, so we're going to select breakout day and indicator period's 1 day, and you probably want to put a threshold in there, but just let's not do that. Now, so the day is, we'll go and input parameter 3. And so Thursday would be day 4, let's see, Wednesday. So we've got Sunday is 0, Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, and Wednesday is 3. So parameter 3 for this particular indicator is going to be the day. So let's just go ahead, click OK, and see what happens. Now, remember, I didn't put an indicator threshold in here. What I've done is I've gone through and I've added error messages because a lot of people are getting frustrated because I haven't completed the documentation. I haven't made enough videos to go through each indicator because there's, like I said, there's 80 of them, and probably I'll keep adding a few more as I think of them or you guys think of them. So right here it's telling you cannot be 0. Okay, so we go back into the indicator, and so the BODAY indicator threshold cannot be 0, enter a value. So we come down here to BODAY threshold, and I usually like to have a 2, like alert me when it gets within 2 pips. And so you can see here the CAD-JPY is within 2 pips. Okay, so Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So you can see here it's within 2 pips of the top. Okay, so it's at the high threshold, 2 pips, because you know that was your threshold setting. Okay, so that's how that works. Let's keep going. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Let's put this in column 17. What else have I added? Oh, I made some an update to the 3-level ZZ indicator. Let's see. Let's just put that on the 15-minute. Now, what I've done is, if you leave all 3 parameters 0, it will give you the normal inputs for the 3-level ZZ, which are 5, 13, and 34. Well, back in the old days, I think we actually had an 89 and a 200 and something. So right now, if you leave them blank, then it will use the defaults. But if you want to, you can put them in by hand. And just so you know, when the indicator checks, it checks first for parameter 5, second for parameter 4. So in other words, this is the biggest one, so you should put your numbers in ascending order. You can put them in a different order, but then what will happen is if this was 34 and this was 13, you'd never see a 13 because it would check 34 first, so you would just never see it. So that's just something you need to know. And as you can see here, we've got a 2 on the Australian dollar. That's a 2 at the top. We got a 3 at the bottom on the euro. We don't have anything on the yen. Okay. And look, the CAD filled the gap. Okay. Keep going. I've got about 6 minutes left in this video. I probably need to talk faster. Oh yeah, we've got, if you're using a bull or bear power, here's the colors. Actually, no, that's for a different indicator that I added. Let me see. Let's put this in column, I think just stick this in column 17 again so you can see what happens. So we'll use 17 over again. And let me see if I can remember what I use that on. Let's see. We've got, I added the 1, 2, 3 indicator. And that's when you have a lower high, a higher high, a lower high. So we might want to do that. Well, since we're looking at the weekly, let's just do it on the weekly. And you can see here 1, 2, 3. We've got a 1, 2, 3 high occurring right here. See, lower high, higher high, lower high. So that's what that indicator does. Now I remember what those what these colors are for, because I added, let's see, so you see here, since this 17 came after this 17, this indicator came after. Remember, we go from right to left, so we can do it again. 17, I remember I added the in a row. In other words, like on the multimeters, you want to know how many candles in a row. So let's just say we want to look at hour candles. Well, let's see, it's Sunday. Let's look at 15-minute candles in a row. Okay, so you can see here we've got 3 reds in a row here on the, let's switch over to the 15-minute chart. Let's move this so we can see them. 1, 2, 3 in a row, and you have lower lows each time, so you can see that's bright red. But here on the euro, you just have 1 in a row, but it has a higher low, so it's the dim red or maroon. And we've got this one made a higher high, 1 in a row, and then here we've got 1 in a row, but it made a lower high, so it's a dimmer color. And also you notice, I think this was in the last version, that whichever one you're looking at, we've got this little background shading here going on, so you can see it. And if I switch the background here to white, you can see how that stands out. But that to me is a little harsh on the eyes, so we'll put it back. Okay, I've got about 2 minutes left. Let's see if I can let you in on what else is done here. Let's just put this in column 14. Trying to remember, was there something new? Let's see, in a row. I think those are the new columns that I've added, but let me just show you once again. So let's use RSI. We're on a 15-minute chart, but let's just make it current, so whatever chart it is, it'll work for it. Now, I go ahead and click, look, I forgot to use parameter 3. Number of bars to use equals 0. That's an error, so you need to tell it how many bars you want the RSI to be calculated on. Okay, so we go here, parameter 3, we put in a 2, and it calculates the RSI. Now remember those level colors? Well, here's what happens. You see, you have the different colors based on where it resides. And so if you go back here to the dashboard, the level colors are right here. But actually what we're doing is we have threshold min and max set to 80. So that's what it's doing. We didn't turn on the level colors. See, we had use false. If you set this to true, you get different colors. So once again, users, you have the option. And I believe that's everything. If I forget, I'll make another video. So I hope that helps. I'm going to send out this new version sometime soon. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. It'd be makes it a little bit easier. And I'm also working on the documentation. So, fellow traders, as always, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing out.